Okay. Mm, Basically, some background of like why it is used, and before that, when SCCM wasn't there, and some prospective things, because SCCM has a license for it, right? So if there is someone who have a small organization and do not want to use SCCM, they were using another, uh, we can say, a server feature for that, which is known as the WSUS. There were few environments when I was working with another organization. They used to work on this WSUS. Few clients were there, like 15, 20 machines, 50 machines can be easily managed. Above that, WSUS wasn't able to handle. It was difficult for WSUS to handle those things. So it is known as Windows Server Update Services. Windows Server Update Services. So, like we enable this Hyper-V, we in the same way if we go to the server, we can enable it. I have enabled it on this SCCM server. Once we install the site, I will let you know how we do it. But before that, I mean, some of the people, like small organizations, were using WSO server. So how they were managing, like there are few machines they used to report to the WSOs. There was one GPU which client side targeting. It was known as client side targeting, and it was applied to all the machines through GPU group policies. Group policy used to apply. We used to put the client side targeting and we put the name of the server. So if this machine needs to check for the update, it used to check from that group policy. The machine gets to know that I need to go to this server, right? So it the client side targeting policy, it this machine will start reporting to this server, and we can see the main name of the machine on the WSUS console. Let me show you how it looks like. So like SCCM, this machine used to report to directly to WSUS, and then we approve some updates, and machine used to get it. How WSUS used to get those updates, we will discuss it in some time later. But this is just the background, like before SCCM, how it used to work, right? So as of now,
I guess we will make the primary machine that one, na? Yeah, automatically it will be primary.
sorry, which primary? What?
Which like this one you have in the diagram.
Just a minute. Yeah,
Yeah, this one.
this one. There is
This is
used to be one WSUS. It's a WSUS server,
yeah.
Windows Server
Both
Date
that
Services.
there are
Yeah.
two machines which is connected this server, na?
Uh-huh.
So this one, I think this one is primary, na?
अभी नहीं, प्राइमरी साइट का कुछ है नहीं अभी यहाँ पे। अभी एससीसीएम नहीं है, सिर्फ डब्ल्यूएसएस का मैं बात कर रहा हूँ कि जैसे मतलब पहले कैसे होता था विदाउट एससीसीएम।
Okay.
ये वो सिनेरियो है जहाँ पे एससीसीएम नहीं है, सिर्फ एक डब्ल्यूएसएस सर्वर। ये हिस्ट्री है थोड़ा सा, मतलब इसका पहले कैसे होता था। ठीक
नहीं
है।
वो तो मुझे आ गया समझ में, ये जो मिडिल वाली मशीन आपने बोला ना, इससे ऑथराइज होगा जो कुछ भी हो, ये कनेक्टेड है डायरेक्ट इससे
हाँ
सर्वर से।
हाँ हाँ।
तो
तो
वही
यहाँ
मैं
पे
बोल रहा हूँ, ये प्राइमरी मशीन है ना इसकी।
यहाँ पे प्राइमरी डब्ल्यूएसओ के केस में प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं है।
हम्म
यहाँ पे क्या होता है, एक अपस्ट्रीम डाउनस्ट्रीम का तो सीन होता है यहाँ पे। जैसे एक डब्ल्यूएसओ होगा, एक अपस्ट्रीम होगा, इसके नीचे एक और डब्ल्यूएसओ हो सकता है। तो यहाँ पे ये अपस्ट्रीम अपस्ट्रीम जो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट से कनेक्ट करेगा,
हम्म।
ये अपस्ट्रीम है। तो डब्ल्यूएसओ के केस में क्या होता था, एक अपस्ट्रीम फिर डाउनस्ट्रीम ऐसे होता था।
नहीं,
इसके
एक
नीचे
मशीन को तो हम एडमिन बनाएंगे ही ना, तो वो यही मशीन है जो आपने बताया।
हाँ एडमिन, हाँ कह सकते हैं कि एज अ
हम्म।
अपस्ट्रीम जो सबसे जो एक मतलब सर्वर होगा ना जो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट से अपडेट्स लेके आएगा,
हाँ हाँ।
तो वो ये सर्वर है। इसके नीचे और भी डब्ल्यूएसओ सर्वर्स हो सकते हैं, डाउनस्ट्रीम इसके नीचे और भी हो सकते हैं। तो इसके ये इसके नीचे भी हिरारकी होती है, एक
हम्म।
अपस्ट्रीम डाउनस्ट्रीम। जैसे मैं दिखाता हूँ डब्ल्यूएसओ।
संदीप, ये नोटपैड वाला शो नहीं हो रहा है, जो आप
स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं है।
नोटपैड स्क्रीन शेयर मैं आपको द्वारा करता हूँ।
मेरी स्क्रीन विजिबल है ना।
हाँ
हाँ।
वैसे।
तो डब्ल्यूएसएस के केस में क्या होता है, अपस्ट्रीम डाउनस्ट्रीम सर्वर्स होते हैं। ऐसे इसमें हायरार्की होती है। जैसे इन केस ऑफ एससीसीएम इट इज लाइक प्राइमरी साइट, सेकेंडरी साइट, कैश साइट। इन केस ऑफ एससीसीएम, सॉरी, इन केस ऑफ डब्ल्यूएसएस इट इज लाइक दिस, अपस्ट्रीम। लेट मी ओपन इमेज
देखिएगा
इन टू।
संदीप में।
दिख रही है स्क्रीन मोहित?
नहीं, मुझे शो नहीं हो रहा है। आपको मैंने शेयर किया है, देखिए।
अभी मोहित ने प्रेजेंट।
आपने स्क्रीन शेयर किया?
हाँ हाँ।
तो एक ही स्क्रीन विजिबल होगी। आपने प्रेजेंट किया तो फिर मेरी स्क्रीन नहीं दिखेगी।
नहीं, इससे पहले भी शो नहीं हो रहा था, इसलिए मैंने आपको शेयर
मैं
किया।
दोबारा से शेयर करता हूँ, ठीक है।
ओके।
तो यहाँ पे तो दिखा रहा है प्रेजेंट नाउ में, एंटायर स्क्रीन ही किया हुआ है मैंने। अभी शेयर हो रही है?
नहीं, अभी तो भी नोटपैड वगैरह नहीं, बस एक ग्रीन स्क्रीन शो कर रहा है।
बाकी को प्रियंका, भार्गव, आर यू एबल टू सी माई
हाँ।
स्क्रीन?
यस।
भार्गव,
Yeah, I'm able to see the screen.
फिर मोहित तुम्हारी साइड से लैपटॉप का कुछ issue- दूसरा ब्राउजर ट्राई करो, एज वगैरह कुछ। फोन से कनेक्ट कर लो आज के लिए। अपना
हाँ,
ब्राउजर अपडेट कर लेना एक बार फिर।
ठीक है, ठीक है,
ठीक है,
ठीक है, ठीक
दूसरा ब्राउजर ट्राई करो, नहीं तो फोन से कर लो ज्वाइन। तो डब्ल्यूएसएस के केस में क्या होता है, म्यूट कर लो एक बार मोहित।
है। देखिए, देखिए।
सो इन केस ऑफ डब्ल्यूएसएस, ये डायग्राम दिख रहा है ना? हेलो, मेरी आवाज आ रही है? लेट्स कंटिन्यू। ये डायग्राम विजिबल है?
हाँ
Yeah,
विजिबल है, तो
visible.
अब हो जाएगी। नहीं?
तो WSUS के केस में कैसे होता था, when there was only WSUS the option to update the machines, there is one upstream WSUS, right? It will go to Microsoft Windows Update site. It is a firewall which may exist or may not. But in organization, most of the organization, there will be a firewall. So it will go through firewall or a proxy. It will get the updates from Microsoft Windows Update site catalog. Then there will be few downstream servers based on the load or the machines. Right. So this machine, this upstream will go to Microsoft. It will get the updates. Then it will sync with these downstream WSS servers, and machine will get the updates. This is how it used to happen. I mean, in absence of SCCM. Okay, and we used to approve those updates. Like this is the console for WSS, and we can find the updates here like this. All updates, critical updates, we can see here. If I do all or any, it will show any except declined. No critical, I think I haven't synced. Security updates. Right, so how this is how we used to do it. We right click it, approve it. It will ask for the group, which group we want to assign this update. And we used to create some kind of groups here based on uh, our convenience, and then we used to uh, approve those updates, and then machine sync with this WSUS and it will get the updates. Right, so this is how it used to happen before SCCM. Detail we will check once we configure the WSUS. You will get to know, but this is a brief history how it used to happen. There were some limitations with this kind of model, like reporting, and sometimes machine may not report to WSUS, and there were many errors. Reports were very, not very much detailed, and we can only manage only the update part, applications and everything. OS deployment, that was not possible. So then comes the SCCM, right? With SCCM, there were many features added. First version came in around 2003, I believe. So when SCCM was released, it came with many features, like we can do the updates, or what we call it as patching. Right, patching was there. We can do applications, we can install applications through SCCM. Right, we can do operating system deployment with Pixie boot. Operating system deployment was there. Reporting, there's a custom and inbuilt reports were there. Compliance, we can manage reporting, compliance for updates, applications, licensing, etc. We can manage that. And the client communication was there, which tells us if the machine is offline, online, right? And client inventory, client information we can collect. As of now, we can also do like mbam, we can integrate Microsoft BitLocker, we can also integrate it with SCCM. So these were the features, mostly commonly used features. There will be some additional ones also, but majorly these, for these purpose it is used. These are the major ones. But if you go to detail, there will be some more features as well. It was known as SMS in 2003, then it was known as SCCM in 2007, right? Then in 2012, there was a major update, and from since 2012, we call it as current branch. After that, after this current branch, there were updates like 1511. Since then we are updating SCCM like 1511 and 1607. uh, then I think in same manner there were updates, and right now if I check in my lab, we are on, it's 2303, and 2309 is also released. So we are now 2303 version of SCCM, and 2309 is also released. So in this manner, it keep on changing, adding features. Each version have some features added and getting more capabilities for managing if any version has some kind of bugs, and it gets fixed in a new version. Okay. Now comes the hierarchy part. यहाँ तक कोई क्वेश्चन है किसी का? एनी क्वेश्चन?
Nothing from my end.
Priyanka, Mohit, any question?
No question.
I mean, the purpose is clear, right? Why we are using
Yeah.
SCCM, what are its features, and before SCCM, how things were managed, but it wasn't, a complete solution. So Microsoft
Yes.
came with SCCM for endpoint management, and this is known as the things we can do to manage the endpoints. Endpoints are these client machines only. Okay, so now we will discuss about the hierarchy. So, like WSOs have its hierarchy, we can say like upstream, downstream, than the client machines. In same way, SCCM also has its own hierarchy. On the top, we have this CAS site, which is known as the Central Administration Site, right? And client machines directly do not report to the CAS site. Primary sites report to CAS site. So we can have standalone primary site, like in my lab, this is the standalone primary site. Right, there is no CAS site. It is only one site, and my machines are reporting directly to this site. If we go to the monitoring tab, it will show one diagram, site hierarchy. Right, there is only one site, which is known as the primary site. So the top level site is known as CAS. Then we have primary site. Then we can also have the client machines directly reporting to the primary site, or we can have one more secondary site, and secondary site supports up to from thousand machines to few of the thousand machines. But if there are thousand machines, we can have a secondary site. If there is a less machines, like 500 machines, we can have a DP. So that part we will discuss. But as of now, try to understand this from the hierarchy point of view. So there is a CAS site, and client machines do not report to the CAS sites. Only primary sites can report to the CAS site. Client machine report to primary site, or client can report to secondary site. Then secondary send its data to primary, and the primary will be sending data to CAS. And this replication of data, I mean this exchanging of data, is known as site replication. So if there is a client machine, it will send its data to secondary, secondary will send it to primary, then to CAS. So this data transfer is known as, it happens through database replication. Okay, so how it looks like if we see site SCCM site hierarchy, if I show you with the one diagram. Single primary site will look like this. In the SCCM console, there will be one site, it looks like this. But if there are multiple sites, like one CAS, and we have, it will look like this in SCCM console. Open image, new tab, like this. So there will be CAS will only be one. There can only be one CAS. If there is another CAS, it will be a different environment. So it's a central site. So central site will only be the one. We can have multiple primary sites like this, right? One, two, three, four, five. I think one CAS can handle up to 25 primary sites. So there is a blog on this, which is known as SCCM scaling, scale and size. So if you want to read about it, in interview, it is asked sometimes that how many uh, sites can be handled. So it will also tell you about the site types. Site types, we have central site, we have primary site, we have a secondary site. So these type of sites in SCCM. Central site can have up to 25 child primary sites. That means one central site will be there. It can have up to 25 primary child sites, right? After that, each primary site can have up to 250 secondary sites. So if we have one central, then it can be 25 primary sites, and then secondary sites will be around 250, which is a huge number. I haven't seen such big environment. I have seen up to 5 or 7 only. After that, I think it needs very high processing. Then more than that, SCCM will face some replications issues. I mean, so many sites are replicating data from primary to CAS. So constantly there will be some issue with any of the site, and replication will go down. So it looks like this. Two sites we can, in this example, if I zoom it, there is one CAS. There are two primary sites, and there is one secondary site. Right here we have one CAS and one, two, three, four, 7 primary sites, and secondary site will look like this: CAS, one CAS, two primary sites, and this primary site also have one secondary site. So these are the types of sites and the hierarchy of SCCM. I will share this.
Why we need secondary sites?
Secondary sites are for some small sites, like if there are there are location with few machines. Only few machines are there. We can set up one secondary site there. Like a small office is there for any kind of organization, and you do not want to, set up one primary site. We can have a small secondary site there. Like it says here, like for location that have fewer than 500 clients, consider a distribution point. Right. So if there is any site which have around 800 machines or 1000 machines, you can have a secondary site. So uh, there is a limit how many machines each site can handle. I think primary site can handle up to uh, child primary site. Standalone primary site can handle up to 1,75,000 client machine, and a child primary site can handle up to 1,50,000 machines. So if you have 1,50,000 machine, one primary site is sufficient. It can handle. Standalone can handle up to 1,75,000, where 1,50,000 are Windows clients and 25,000 Mac, and 50,000 some devices like MDM devices, mobile devices also. So in any organization, if there is I mean 50,000 machines, 1 lakh machines, one primary site is enough. But if it has hierarchy like this, there is one site, like there is some office, some kind of office which has its one branch in Europe, right? 20,000 machines in Europe are there. China have 20,000 machines, and India also have 20,000 machines. So we cannot have one primary site. It is 60,000 machines. 60,000 machines can easily be handled by one primary site, because one primary site can handle 1,50,000 clients, right? So if we look this scenario, we can have one standalone primary site which can easily handle these devices. But we are still having a separate primary site, because like if we set up one primary site in Europe and we ask these machines from China and India and reporting to this Europe site, it may take a lot of bandwidth, because all the data will come through the network. It will be a long network channel, and it will be coming, traffic will be coming and going from this primary site to this client. Right, from India it will go traffic and it will go to Europe site. It will take a lot of bandwidth, it will take a lot of delay also, right? Like if we are doing some big application we are deploying, like Photoshop, and there are applications like Office, around 1 GB, it will take a lot of bandwidth and will be very slow. So better option will be, we have one CAS central site which will be only one in the environment. We can have one primary, and all the 20,000 machines from Europe will report to it. It will be a fast connection. Then China have 20,000 will be reporting to this site. India machines will be reporting to this site. So it will be faster. Then all these machines will collect the data from these machines, and it will report to a central site. So this is how sites are designed. And if in Europe there is a small office which have around 1,000 client machines, we can have one secondary site. If there are only 500 machines, we can set up one local DP and management point. It will be sufficient. But if we have 1,000 machines, secondary site will be a good option. Okay. Any question? So these things come, we consider these things whenever there is, we design a site.
In one of my interview was asked like why do we need secondary? Suppose like in a remote location,
Mm-hmm.
there are 1,000 machines
Mm-hmm.
that are very difficult to manage from the primary site. So how do you manage those devices? That was the question. Then I said, yeah, using secondary site, we
Mm-hmm.
can manage those 1,000 devices which are in remote location.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is fine.
Hmm.
Interview can also confuse you. Like he will ask you, uh, I have around 800 machines. Do I need to set up a distribution point, management point, or do I need to set up a secondary site? So if there are 500 machines, you can set up a DPMP local, or if you have more than 500, secondary site will be much better option. So like that. So if you go through
No wonder.
this, yeah, if you go through this blog, I mean, it will give answer for all these questions. It directly mentions about how we can, uh, you know, for better performance of and better management, what are the guidelines by Microsoft. So you can simply say as per the Microsoft guidelines or recommendations. These are only Microsoft blogs. So you can go through it. Any questions on site hierarchy? And one more thing, MP, yeah, like management point and distribution point, when we will be covering it, central site also do not have MP and DP. Just make a note as of now. Primary site have management point and distribution point. CAS do not have management point, distribution point. CAS is only for the administration purpose. We can create things
Mohit, can you
on
be on
CAS.
mute?
Sorry? Yeah, Priyanka. My internet dropped.
मोहित को बोल रहे हो हम म्यूट पे
क्या क्या हुआ समझ में नहीं आया मुझे. मेरी मशीन का कनेक्शन चला गया यार.
No, she's asking to mute Mohit as noise was coming.
ओके ओके अच्छा कर लिया है मोहित ने म्यूट. हाँ. नेटवर्क ड्रॉप हुआ शायद. ये मेरा रिमोट कनेक्शन चला गया लैब.
And also,
या मार्गो.
our primary to secondary, is that possible? That was
Sorry, some network issue on my end. Your voice dropped
okay.
again. Yeah, again.
And also, there was one of the question I remember. Can we convert primary to secondary and secondary to primary? That was the question I remember.
If there is a primary site, we can always attach it to the CAS site, and I think we can upgrade secondary to primary downwards. I don't think upgrade is possible. I think, but downgrade is not. But I will check it if there is any such option.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
And
okay.
also like we can we need like
Just a minute.
why
Getting just a minute,
yeah.
Bhargav. I'm getting one call from office colleague. हेलो.
हाँ सर।
अरे मैं अभी क्लास में हूँ, बताओ.
क्लास में मतलब?
अरे क्लास दे रहा हूँ, उन्हें बताओ जल्दी.
अच्छा, नहीं नहीं कुछ नहीं, ऐसे ही पूछे।
मैं कर लूंगा कॉल क्लास के बाद. या भार्गव, या टेल मी.
Yeah, also like justification if we can't convert from primary server to secondary, like why can't we do that? That also, if
Uh-huh.
possible, that would be great.
Yeah, okay, I will check it.
Thanks.
That is again based on, I mean, this number of client machines only. If my client machines on this secondary site are increasing, then I have to, upgrade this site from secondary to primary because my client machines increased. So again, I think that depends only on this dependency on client machines. If it is able to handle up to 1,000 machines, then why do I invest? Why, some organization will invest uh, upgrading a secondary to
Primary
primary.
to secondary.
Yeah, because every organization have its budget they are spending on the infra, especially the organization which their main source of income is not this. Like if you think about a organization which makes this elevators, lifts, right? Their main source of income is not this. This is not their main source of income. So they do it with very very minimum budget, right? I have worked in the project where this, like for small office, there was one laptop, right? And it was a distribution and management point for that particular location. That was a organization making such some products, and this infra was not part of their main source of income. So he used to shut down that TPMP and take it to home because it was a laptop. So every evening it goes offline, and we were surprised why this every evening why this MPDP goes down. So we get to know that it's a laptop, and when person goes home, it takes it home. So
Got it.
that was kind of funny. Okay.
So secondary side can manage max up to 1,000 devices only.
No, if maximum, I think what was the size maximum for secondary? It is starting from 1,000 machines. If it is more than 500, we can have a secondary site. Maximum fewer than secondary site don't support child sites. Okay, maximum they did not mention how up to 25. I think they mentioned at the bottom where we know, for the uh, primary site they were mentioned. Child primary site standalone. Secondary site can have up to 15,000 devices
Okay,
maximum. Yeah. If it is above 15,000, then we need a primary site. Then
got
secondary cannot handle it. Okay.
it, got it. Yeah,
So you can always refer. This is very helpful at the point of interview because numbers is something which I also forget. But if you go through this before interview, it helps. It clear many questions. Okay, so hierarchy part is done here. Now we will be trying to implement this in our lab. Like there will be one server with the ADDS, Active Directory Domain Services, installed. We will be doing domain joining, and then we will install the SCCM. So now comes the lab part. Then we can move forward. Right. We will create this structure. Then we will cover topics. So briefing is done. Now, if we have a lab, then it will be a good thing. What we need for the lab is SCCM has its own database. For that, we need a SQL. So if I show you, the structure is like this. There will be one DC, one SCCM, one Windows Server domain join. SCCM also has its database, SQL database. So if you're not aware what is the SQL database, so briefly, if I tell you, database is something which stores information in form of tables, right? If I go to this is the SCCM database with the site code CM underscore RUN, and these are do you wish to use them? No. These are the tables and views. So these are the SCCM tables and SCCM data, whatever we are seeing in on the console, right? What are the information? What all the information is there on the console? It is coming from this database, which is stored in form of tables, right? Active Directory sites, information, subnets. There are different tables. Everything is coming from everything. SCCM is reading through a component SMS provider, which will be cover once we install the SCCM. So everything is stored here in form of tables and views. Now the files which are required. So setup will be like there will be one domain controller, there will be one SCCM server. These two are Windows server operating system. We can use 2016, we can use 2019. This is normal Windows 10 ISO. So the files needed will be it's on the D drive, I think. My D drive. SCCM files. This is ADK setup, and this is configuration manager SCCM setup. This is SQL evaluation version. You can use 2017 or 2022. This is ISO for Windows 10, and this is ISO for 2016 data center Windows Server. Prereqs we will download once we have these files. I think I have downloaded prereqs somewhere. We can download it. Prereqs we can download, no issues. For Azure lab on Azure, there is one video. I think we have to go through the video. If you want to have lab on Azure, then it will be a different method. It will need a Azure subscription. So the next step will be building the labs. I will share some links also. Uh, Anyone share the screen? I will tell you how to download it. SCCM baseline version. SCCM. Baseline version is 2023-03. Yeah. So SCCM you can easily download it from this link. I am audible, right? Not getting any response.
Yeah, you are
Yes,
audible.
yes.
Yeah. So configuration manager, we can download this from this link. ISO for server 2016 or 19, you can download. Standard or data center, anyone. 2019 latest build, if we download it. Data center or this is something different. Mm, so you can download the English version. ISO download, if you click on it, it will just start downloading. So I already have one. I do not want to download it again. Server 2019 evaluation version, ISO 2019 Windows Server on Azure. You can download the English one from here. 2019. Okay. Then we need SQL. SQL Server 2019 will be okay. SQL Server downloads. I have 17 in my lab, but you can try SQL 19. It will ask some details. And Express will not work. Or I will do one thing. It's not such a big file. I will upload it. You can simply download this evaluation version or 17 from. I have it on Google Drive. You can download it from there. I will also upload this ADK. You can this is the old one. I will upload it. You can download it from the drive or you can download it from internet also. ADK for Windows 11. So you can simply go to this website and we need this Windows ADK and Windows PE add-on. These two things we need. This is basically for boot images. What are boot images? I will let you know, but we need this at the time of installation. I mean, before installation, we need to install it. Okay, so we have database, we have server ISO, Windows 10 ISO. I will share the link. You can download it from there. So Priyanka, as you already have enabled that, mm, you know, the Hyper-V, you can start downloading these and then start preparing the labs for Bhargav and Mohit. If you can arrange one such laptop, it will be okay. Or if not, then I will share one video. I think there is one video on how to create a SCCM lab on Azure.
Sandeep, can you send me the link from where we can download it?
Yeah, I will share these links.
Okay.
So you can download ADK Configuration Manager and Server 2019 Windows 10 ISO. I will
In
let
the
you know.
hyper under where from where we have to download, like in the local machines or
Oh yeah, on the local machine itself.
oh,
Like I have my Hyper-V here, right? It will ask
yeah,
for the ISO. Then, like if I create on, like I have to create a new virtual machine, I will go to new,
okay.
right? I will go to new virtual machine. It will give you that wizard will help you
So in the
download.
virtual machine we have to download this thing you have told,
No, first you have to
or
create
like
the virtual machine, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so then you have to download it on your first machine, the lap on your laptop. Like I on my laptop I have these files. Then we can transfer these files on the server.
from
Like if
local to
we
virtual.
yeah, like we
Oh,
need this configuration manager on server, right? Once we create the server, then only we can transfer the files. But you can
okay.
download and you can keep it. So then we can
This
transfer it.
SQL server we are using for some task in my office.
No, we will be creating one virtual machine. We will be creating one another server in the Hyper-V.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we will not be touching your any kind of production environment. We will be creating this test
yeah,
environment in Hyper-V. Getting my point?
yeah. Getting that's what I was asking. Like in the virtual machine, we will download it everything, or in the local machine.
You can download as of now. You can download
In
on
the local.
your on your laptop on your base on your local machine, whatever it
Okay,
is. Okay, then I will let you know what to do it and how to what we have to do with these ISOs. As of now, you can only download.
okay.
Okay, I will share these links and I will also share the other things. Like
So these 3 points we have to download.
one is Windows 10 ISO directly. It is not available. It will only say to upgrade. So Windows 10 ISO download. It only asks to update now, but there are few links, few local links where we can download it. So need to find. There are few local links. I will share one. I will share one finding.
Yeah,
If you try on your phone, it gives that option to download. Once you have that link, you can copy it from your phone to send it, send it to you on your mail. If you open it on your laptop, then it will download. On your phone, it will give you the option to download it. But on laptop, it only gives you the option to upgrade. So I will share it. Any question?
no.
So I think that's it for today. I will stop the recording. I will share it. And once we have the labs, then we will move forward with uh, other things. So we also need to enable such things like WSOS and IIS. What is IIS? I will let you know when we configure it. SCCM also needs the IIS, but it can be enabled on the server itself. So first of all, we will create one DC, one SCCM server, one Windows 10 client machine, and domain joined. So that will be a first task. After that, we will see how to do other things. Okay.